Hi, Matt from Modern Samurai here, and thanks for looking at the video. And today we're going to look at some standing chokes, but before we do that, guys, please make sure to subscribe, click the bell notification. We upload pretty regularly and lots of good tutorials. So what we're going to look at then is standing choke. The first thing we're going to look at is the difference between a strangle and a choke. So one is blood, one is air. Alright, so if we look here, this is air. If we look here, this is blood. So this one's attacking the blood. What we're looking at here is a standing arm triangle. Some people call it an elephant choke. There's a number of different names for it. Okay, arm in choke. But basically what we're doing here, we're just going to go right from the beginning. So we're not going to use this actually from an attack yet. So all I'm doing here, if you just stand sideways on for a minute, there you go. Okay, is I'm lifting up the arm and I'm coming in under the arm and I'm using his shoulder to connect here and cut the blood off here. And I'm using my wrist to cut the other side. So from this position, look, my shoulder comes in here and I connect here with the bony part of my wrist, and then from here I just bring this all in here. Now we're going to break this down a little more in a moment. I just want a couple of little points on this. Now number one, when I connect, it's with the bony part of the wrist. I'm looking to bring in and bring down here like this. Okay, so I'm going to come in like this. Okay, and then finally on this, the position here, I don't want to be right under his armpit, I want to be slightly back a little bit. So what I'm doing, look, is pushing the ball, here the shoulder joint, the ball of the shoulder joint into the side of his neck here. And then from here, we bring it down, look, and we squeeze, okay, until we get the tap. Alright, let's try that. No, not quite, so here, look. So if I'm this way around, right, so here, look, if I'm here, right, I pop up here, I step in here, so I'm actually this way, alright, so don't stand outside. Yeah. So here, so one of the ways to do this is just literally pop the arm up, go and step in here, okay, and then from that position, look, see, you see the gap there, see there's a gap? Yeah. Okay, what I want to do is close that gap. So by using my shoulder, I push his shoulder in here, look, now from here, look, grip, squeeze. And what will happen, I'm doing this very gently, right, but what will happen is you'll see as the blood gets cut off, the circulation can't go round, and his ear starts to redden up the back of his neck. I can see by applying a little bit of pressure that I'm in the right place because he's starting to go red. Yeah? A lot of people will tap on this because it's uncomfortable, so you won't actually have a choke on, but they'll tap anyway because it's painful, right? So we want to make sure that we're actually coming into the right position here, and then when we come in and we squeeze, we're actually choking as opposed to just annoying the person, yeah? Okay, now look, my movement on this is I'm coming slightly up and then slightly down, so I'm turning my wrist downwards, especially if the person's taller than me. Okay, so here, when I connect, what I don't want to do, just come around a little bit more, there you go. So what I don't want to do here, look, is I don't want to just pull the person this way. Alright, now I'm being gentle because obviously I've got a bit of a bad neck here. So what I'm doing, look, is as I connect, as soon as I connect, I come up slightly, and then I turn it down, see? And you see it bringing his neck down this way? So that's what I'm aiming to do with it.
Have you saw that moving again?
Yeah, so here, look,
yeah, got it.
down here like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going like this, just on a wave. Yeah. Okay, now the other thing there, look, is you want to make sure that you're not lifting him up, see, look, you're doing the same thing. Alright, so here, look, I want to always make sure that my positioning is I'm balanced and stable. So I don't want to lift him up, and I don't want to arch my back and pull him back. Alright, because I've lost all my balance there.
Am I not going to naturally lift him because of my height compared to him anyway? Am I better off staying on?
I'm going to show you now. You bring it down, so you put your thumb, literally aim your thumb towards your nipple. So as you come in here, look, as you come in here, look, I can take a little step back as well to keep my balance. So here, look, boom, see, so I'm coming downwards. Boom,
okay.
And if we look at his now, you see his balance?
His structure's gone.
Yeah, see where I'm still stood straight. So I don't want to be like this. Okay, so come in, connect, and then you've got that little wave there on the wrist here. Boom, here. Now you see his structure now. So he's lost all his balance, and I've got good balance. And look, as he is going red. See that? Now I know I'm kind of there because look, as he is going nice and right. So what we're going to look at then is a very basic defence against this arm in choke. So what we're doing is we're just going to do like a little mini chain, right? So we've all got the idea of the arm in choke itself. Okay, and we've all got the understanding that I need the connection on both sides, right? So I need the connection from the shoulder here, and I need the connection with my wrist bone here, yes? Okay, so the easiest way to defend this is to not allow that connection to happen. All right, so if you're going to put that on me, okay, now here, look, if you've got to push it on a little bit, right, so here, look, it's starting to connect it up. Okay, now the first thing I'm going to do at this point, okay, there's two little versions of this. The first one is I'm just going to take my hand and I'm going to try and grab the side of my own head. So here, look, I'm just going to do this.
Yeah, felt that open up.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Now what that does is it takes the pressure off this side a little bit. Now just by doing that, it creates a little bit of room. Alright, now, if the guy's really strong, the guy's got it in, the guy's really got it on properly, then this is going to be a much harder thing to achieve, okay? But what we're going to try and do is do just this bit first, okay? So as he goes to put the choke on, look here, so as he's going into this position, here, take your hand, and you're trying to force here, look, see, onto the side of your head. And you're just trying to create a little bit of space. You only need a little bit of space, and then obviously we'll move into other things. It's not like this is the finish. Okay? But the first part of this is just that. Alright, so let's try it. So what I'm trying to achieve is just to create a little bit of a gap. Alright, this isn't like all there is to it, but the idea of this is just to give myself a window of opportunity. Right? Because if you think about somebody being choked, right, there's a couple of seconds at best, if you're lucky. Right? And if you don't do the right thing in the right moment, the opportunity's gone. And that's really what we're looking at with this. It's the same with all of the chokes and the strangles and stuff. If you're not very quick and if you don't do the right thing, so if you panic, it's going to get a lot worse, a lot quicker. So the idea is just to create that. So if we're in here, look, and we're looking for this here. Now all I'm trying to do at this point is literally just to stop this connection here. Now, he's still pulling on here. Okay, if you can let me talk, there you go. He's still pulling on here, pretending to pull on here while I talk to you.
Yes, we know.
But it's still very uncomfortable. Okay, so even if I jar my arm here and I try and force my elbow outwards to try and create a gap, he's still pulling on here, and he's going to pull on here with strength now. And that therein lies the problem, okay? But that strength is uncomfortable and painful, but it's not going to knock me out. And that's the thing, right? I can take a little bit of pain, especially if we're in a real situation. My tolerances are much, much better. Here, in this situation, I feel it. I feel it a lot. We all do when we're practicing, yeah? But if it's real and we mean it, with the adrenaline coursing through and everything like that, we can tolerate an awful lot more. So what I'm looking to do here is just literally just to create space. Okay, once I've created a space here, then I can do something. He'll burn out eventually, apart from anything else, all right? But we're not going to stay here, okay? So that's what we're looking at, is just to create. We're looking to structure and create. So if I come to this position here now, and I grab my head and I push here, but now I also step out and base a little bit. So what I'm doing, look, is I'm just making my legs a little bit wider, look. And you see now I'm making it wider again. Okay, so all I'm doing, look, is grab here, step out a little bit here. Now again, this isn't breaking the choke, we're not trying to. All we're looking to do at the moment is just create a little bit of a gap. Okay, so let's try that.
It's quite uncomfortable on my shoulder at that
Alright, so we're gonna show this a little bit more now. Okay, guys at home, you may notice different changes. Don't just take that halfway through a series when they change the character. Right. Okay, so essentially what we're doing, we're now going to actually make this into more of an escape. Okay, so we've got the same position here. Now in this stage, right, instead of looking to grab my own head, which was just a way to create a bit of space here, what I'm actually going to do is create some pressure here. So I'm going to make a fist, and I'm going to grab my own fist and I'm going to drop my body weight. Alright? So here, look, if he's squeezing, if he's really trying to put this on, alright, now here that's strong, yeah? So, make a fist, grab my own fist, push down, boom, see? And so what it does is it creates here, it creates that space here. Now, the thing is, you're going to get like YouTube land, you're going to get people who are like, you can't do that, don't be silly, that never work, all the rest of it. But structurally, you'll be surprised how strong this is. So if you go again, okay? Alright, so here, look, all I'm doing, making that fist dropping down, see? Okay, now if you look, see what's happening, see it's breaking his shape, right? And just to clarify on this, he's no small guy, he's a strong guy. Show me guns. Right. there you go.
Yeah, much stronger than me today.
So here, look, now, next part on this. So from this position, as I break here, I'm going to step around. So, boom, here, see, now I'm stepping as I go. So as he goes to put it on, step. Now what that does, look, is it brings me around on him. So if you just come around this way a minute so you can see him. So what it does, look, is it breaks his structure more and brings me around on him. Now from this position, I'm keeping the pressure down with this hand. This goes in between. Now what I'm looking to do is try and hook onto his face. So from here, look, I push my arm out, pressure on his face, and pushing away from me. Okay, so once more. So he comes into the choke, okay, drop the step here, push on the face, control, push him away. Okay, try it.
It's like a smile on your face after.
Right, John, what are you doing? Right, so, come in here. So, here. Okay, so here, what I'm doing, I'm here, I'm pushing. Now, see where up on the shoulder here? Now, if I just try and push down here, see that I've got really not much chance. There you go. So here, pushing down on the shoulder, really not going to have much chance of that. I'm very strong. Okay. Whereas if I bring my arm down his arm just a little bit, okay. So if I come here. See the difference? Okay. Alright, so it's one of those, it's only a little point, but it's like really important. There's no point in me here pressing here, it's strong. Especially if he's pushing this in, so if you put that on a little bit. Okay, so if it's here, this isn't going to get me anything. So I've got to come down his arm, alright? So here, turn the arm up just a little bit. Boom. Now see the difference? Now when I do that and I step here, now look, see, it gives me a lovely line. Slightly different to the one I had there a moment ago, but this is a really good line for me to now press, control, pushing away from me. Alright? Okay, so we're just breaking it that way. That's it. Yeah, so no, put your hand on top of your fist, and you're using that to push your arm down.
Yeah.
That's it, push your arm down. That's it. Now that's enough space. Now you've got enough space to come around him. There you go, yeah. So that's what you need. So you've got me in a minute, right? So here, look, right, so come back in a minute. Now again, another strong guy, yeah? So
Soft tissue, it's not going to get much.
again, another strong guy. So if I'm here, I don't want to be pushing down here, I've got to come on the arm. So when I connect, I'm looking to grab my own fist to pull down. And I use my movement as well, so I get body weight behind it. So I'm not just putting down on the arm here. You want to see his body weight as well, see? So here, look, see?
It's actually quite hard to get my arm around.
Yeah, all I'm doing, so if you just loosen up a minute, I'm not bringing my arm all the way down like this because I can't do it. If he's in tight here, all I'm doing is bringing my elbow around, just bringing off the shoulder joint, and then here the body weight. See? And then look, there's my gap. So now, bring him on. Alright, so we're going to try and add on to this now, right? Now, when I say all of these things, when I say about adding on, this isn't like a given, okay? Because obviously when we're doing it like this, in a training environment, we can ask the partner to move the right way, and they're going to be a little bit understanding if I can't get it on straight away. So it's one of those, again, it's got to be done with the understanding that if you look for these techniques, almost certainly you're not going to get them. The idea is that the person, the energy, that's what you get, and you get the people fall into these kind of positions, and then you just take advantage of that. So here, look, if we look at this position now, right? So we've got this position here. I've done my break here. Okay, so this position here. Now what I've done is I've brought him down to this point here. Now my arm's coming round. But instead of pushing his body away from me, if we just come around this way a minute, okay, but instead of pushing his body away from me now, I'm going to stay connected to him. Alright, so I'm going to connect on this arm, stay connected here. Now as I push, okay, hand comes here, I continue to come through. So what I want to do, look, is get my elbow past his chin. Okay, so my push through, look, boom, but I stay connected to him. Now from here I can have a little bump if I need to. Now I can just take him down from here, or I can bring him over into an upside down guillotine here.
That's not very nice, is it?
No, it's not very nice, you're right. Yeah, okay. Okay, so we can just stay here and talk to camera for a bit and all the rest of it. It's obviously not very comfortable. So if we look at that again then, but like I said, this isn't something that we're like hunting for in the sense that, you know, oh, I'm going to do this right from the beginning. This is more a case of if, you know, if things fall in that way, then we can utilise that. So if we go again with regards to where we were, yeah? Okay, so we've got the brake, we've got the control on the arm here. Now, as I come through here, I'm looking to control his arm. Now it can be, look, where you just flick him over here. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with just that because we've got above and below. Yeah. Okay, so we've got high line and low line here, so I can take his balance and bring him over just on this alone. Alright, but if we're looking to control, I want to get the elbow past him, and then what I do look is I step round and I connect here. Now, guys, I'm not going to lift up on this. Okay, because if I lift up, this is like crank on his neck and all the rest of it, right? And so yeah, I can damage that way, right? But get rid of the tap. Okay? What I'm actually going to do is just squeeze. Okay? Here. Okay? So instead of lifting, which is all I want to see here,
Yeah.
what I'm doing, look, is just squeezing here.
Where are you getting the pressure?
Here and back of the
Right, okay, front and
Yeah.
back.
So I'm squeezing. So what I'm doing is squeezing it all up together. I mean, if you think you can withstand it, I'll show you. I mean like with your injury. I don't mean like girl off their face. Okay, so just around. So just go straight from here. So here, look. As you lean back, look. So boom, shoot past here. Now I wrap and I make sure that my chest comes to the side of his shoulder here. Now I'm holding him at the moment, I'm holding his balance up, yeah? Okay, now at the moment, it's weird, but it's not horrible, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, so it's not a good position, and he's going to be flailing at this point, you know, almost certainly he's going to be flailing, arms are going to be flailing, he's going to be trying to grab all that sort of thing, yeah? Okay, so from here, I just connect, squeeze. There we go.
Yeah.
Have a try, be nice. Okay, guys, if you want to watch a minute, right?
That transition's the most difficult bit of
Let me show you that, right? Okay, so if I'm in this kind of position, right, so just stay here. So whether we're grappling, whatever it is we're doing, whether he's throwing a punch, so I mean, if we're here and he's like throwing a punch at me, right, and I step in, boom, here, and I flip him this way, it's the same principle,
Yeah.
right? It's exactly the same movement here and here, right? But what I'm actually doing is I'm coming through him this way here. Now, if you look, again, I'm being super nice, and what I'm doing is I'm reaching past. Okay, obviously if this was a bit more real, my motion would be connection and it would be forcing his head back, yeah? And what I want to do is jar my elbow, see, into the side of his face. I stay connected here, see, because it stretches him. Okay, now what I'm doing now, look, is I step slightly backwards and bring my hand around like this. Boom, okay? So bring my hand around. I don't want to give him any room, he'll fall straight out of that. So I stay connected here, look, see, pop, boom, see? Straight back. Alright, now, from that position here, again, depending on what we want to do, if I let go of his hands, almost certainly he's going to be scrabbling, he's going to be trying to connect with me, he's going to be trying to do stuff, yeah? So I can stay connected on his hand here, at least put one of them out of the picture, okay? I can look to connect with him on here. I can strike him if I want to.
Strike his throat.
Yeah, I can just hold him here and whoosh, strike him, that kind of thing, yeah. Again, we can look to connect with him, take him for a walk, because, you know, again, it's one of those, there's lots of different things you can do. Or you can just joke him.
Can you just show us the transition from the initial move that we've done?
Yeah. Okay, so if we're going from the...
Right from the top.
Yeah, so if we're going from this arm in choke here, right? So initially we've got the break, yes?
Yeah.
So we try and turn the elbow so we're on the arm, not the shoulder.
Yeah.
Make a fist, grab, push down, drop the body weight. Boom, control here. Step. As I step, boom, here. Now what I'm doing, look, is driving that arm through, see? Yeah?
Yeah.
So my transition there once more, look. So what I'm actually doing from here, look, is here, drop, step, boom, transition through, see? There. Okay?
Yeah.
Alright, cool.